Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Governor, sir. Please permit me stand on existing protocols. Mr. Governor, good afternoon, Mr. Deputy Governor. Mr. Governor, sir, today we take a monumental step forward in securing the future of Lagos State under your leadership as we formally enact budgets of sustainability into law. At 3.366 trillion, this budget is not only the largest in our history, but also positions Lagos as the first sub-national government in Nigeria to pass a budget of this magnitude. It reflects, under your leadership, our unwavering commitment to economic growth, infrastructural development, and the welfare of all Lagosians. This historic budget underscores our commitment to prioritizing infrastructure, with 62% allocated to capital expenditure and 38% to recurrent spending. This allocation represents our focus on driving long-term investments whilst maintaining efficient delivery of essential services. Our revenue framework, which projects 2.342 trillion from totally internally generated revenue and 626.137 billion from federal reserves, is anchored on innovation, accountability, and fiscal sustainability. A deficit financing of 398.662 billion has also been carefully structured to ensure financial prudence. As a state known for trailblazing achievements, Lagos continues to set the pace for innovation and development in Nigeria and beyond. Lagos is the first state in Nigeria to implement an electrified intercity rail system, with the Blue Line already transforming urban mobility and the Red Line now operational, further enhancing the lives of millions through seamless transportation. Under your leadership, sir, in infrastructure, it extends to hosting Nigeria's first deep-sea port, the Lekki Deep-Sea Port, which has significantly bolstered trade and economic activities, solidifying Lagos as gateway to West Africa. Additionally, sir, Lagos is home to the first bus rapid transit system in Nigeria, a model for sustainable public transport now adopted across the country. Through our innovative independent power projects, we became the first sub-national to generate electricity for public infrastructure, ensuring uninterrupted power for critical sectors. Under your administration, our investment in economic affairs in this budget, with a record allocation of 1.142 trillion, reaffirms our commitment to job creation, enterprise growth, and economic diversification. Our allocations to education at 223.3 billion and health at 222.2 billion underscore our priority to nurture a skilled workforce and deliver world-class healthcare services. Recognizing the global urgency of environmental sustainability, we have allocated 287.2 billion to environmental initiatives, further demonstrating Lagos' leadership as the first state to establish a dedicated climate change department and lead climate action at the sub-national level. Security and social protection also remain at the heart of our development agenda, with allocations of 140.9 billion and 37.3 billion respectively, ensuring the safety of our citizens and addressing the needs of our most vulnerable population. Mr. Governor and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this budget is more than a financial document. It represents Lagos' unique role as a pace setter, a state of many firsts, from pioneering e-taxation systems to automating land documentation through the Lagos State Geographical Information System. Lagos remains a beacon of innovation. Our achievements are a testament to resilience, resourcefulness, and determination of our people. So at this time, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Governor, for your unwavering support and also tolerating my numerous calls and texts throughout the whole process. The Right Honourable Speaker of the foremost House of Assembly, the Honourable Members of Lagos State House of Assembly, especially members of the Joint Appropriation and Finance Committee, led by our Chairman, Honourable Olumo, and the fantastic team at the MEPB for your dedication, hard work, and making this vision a reality. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, the Governor, sir. I would now like to invite, most respectfully, the Chairman House Committee on Budget, Honourable Sahad Olumalupon, for his few remarks and also present the appropriation bill for Mr. Governor's assent.
Mr. Governor, Mr. Deputy Governor, the Secretary to the State Government, the member of the Executive Council, my colleague from the House of Assembly, and the President here. I want to specifically thank Mr. Governor for presenting to the House a budget that tends to look into the development of the state. I want to say categorically that the team's agenda at the first term of Mr. Governor and the Team Plus agenda has been meticulously packaged, and Lagosians have been benefiting from this agenda of Mr. Governor. We can see that Lagos is the first in almost everything that is done in this country. And I want to also bring it to the notice of Mr. Governor that for the first time, our internal revenue service has crossed the 1 trillion naira mark in terms of IDR. That tells the dedication, that tells the purposefulness in your leadership, and I want to celebrate you, sir. I also want to celebrate your excellent relationship with the House of Assembly. The Speaker, Right Honorable Mudashura Kayobasa, has always been in the forefront of ensuring that whatever Mr. Governor wants the House to do, it is done, and will continue to do that to ensure that Lagos is moved forward. This budget was meticulously looked through during the budget defense period. Though the executive brought a bill of 3.005, but I want to assure you, sir, that everything we did it together to ensure that we go to where we are. We have carefully looked into the electricity bill, we have looked into the issue of variation, and we have looked into so many things that are dear to your government. We celebrate you, we appreciate what you have done in terms of road infrastructure, and we want to pray that you continue in this life. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Now we have the presentation of the bill, the appropriation bill for Mr. Governor's Asake. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Governor has put that all-important red barrel on the appropriation bill to make it final.
You recall that on November 21st, 2024, I stood before the Lagos State House of Assembly to present the 2025 appropriation bill, which was themed Budget of Sustainability, was a blueprint for continuity, for resilience, and for sustainability. I believe we had a shared prosperity for all the people of Lagos State in that document. Distinguished members of this House have since, over the past couple of weeks, given this bill expedited action, very rigorous and very detailed process. We believe in the spirit of unity and collective support that we've always shared at the Center of Excellence. And so on behalf of the state, I would like to express our appreciation to the Right Honorable Speaker, to the leadership of this House, and to the entire membership of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Thank you very much. Having considered the passage of the appropriation bill and having acceded to it, which formed the last step of the budget process, which in our view kickstart the most important phase, which is the implementation for the next 12 months. It is with a deep sense of responsibility that we have signed this budget into law. This will be the second of our will-be 4-year budgets that will be acceded to during my second tenure, and it represents another opportunity for us to advance our vision of a greater Lagos for the benefit of Nigeria, and especially Lagosians in all. As I note during the budget presentation speech, the Lagos 2025 budget is structured around 5 pillars: infrastructural sustainability, economic diversification, social inclusion and human capital development, environmental sustainability, and governance and institutional reform. These 5 pillars are well embedded in our Teams Plus agenda, and we believe it fully captures our determination to build on the gains of the past and scale up impact for the future. We therefore like to call for a continued collaboration between the executive, who will implement the budget, and the legislature, who will provide the much needed monitoring and oversight and ensure that they achieve the greatest good for the greatest number of our people with limited resources that is available to us. I would also like to call on all the good people of Lagos State to join hands with us as we deploy resources in line with the provisions of this budget. Your feedback will be deeply valued as always, just as your judicious stewardship of all of the tangible dividends of the budget is required by all. The infrastructure that will be delivered belongs to all of us, and we must care for it and protect it as joint owners. There are no rooms in our state for abuse, any form of vandalization, neglect, or nonchalance in the management of our common wealth. On our part as the government, we will also live up to our responsibility of delivering governance that is respectful of the response of its people at all times. I am charging the civil service and the leadership of the public service and other concerned stakeholders to once again deliver an impressive level of budget implementation in the year 2025. I will not close this without expressing my deepest gratitude once again to everyone who has made this possible, from the Ministry of Economic Planning to the Ministry of Finance, and of course to the men in the Lagos State House of Assembly. You have all done a good job, and we want to thank you. Lagosians want to truly thank you. In the process of this, a lot of unseen heroes in every corner, both at the executive and the legislature. You have worked hard around the clock to ensure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, to ensure that the final document is accurate and it reflects as much as possible the possible developments of all the aspirations of Lagosians. I want to thank all of you for this great work that you have done. Like the Commissioner had said, it's a 3.36 trillion budget that has 1.295 trillion as overhead and 2.07 trillion as capital expenditure, which is a 62 and 38% capital to recurrent. As you've heard, it will be the largest, biggest subnational budget. It's the biggest that we've also signed, and we're convinced that we'll do justice to it. Year on year, we ensure that at the minimum, we implement 90 to 95% of our budget. So, I want to assure the House, this will not be an exception. The numbers might look big. Lagosians actually want a lot more. So we have a responsibility to continue to push to ensure that we can reach out to every nook and cranny of the state, and the real dividend of democracy touches every part of our state. So I want to assure you and assure our citizens that this budget will be judiciously implemented to the benefit of all of us, ensuring that the greatest good is to the greatest number. I want to thank you all very much for listening, and let's go out there and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel GoldmyneTV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.